Alright guys, there's one more thing I need to talk to you about when you're talking about similarity with triangles, and that is this. There's a shortcut that we could do in order to solve problems only if the sides, you've got one pair of parallel sides, only if they're parallel. Okay, so the arrows will tell you if they are parallel or not. You'll either put arrows or they'll put these little parallel marks. But this only works if it's parallel, okay? It only works if it's parallel. I'll first show you the way that you know how to do it. It's a little bit more complicated whenever it's asking you to find the missing tx, which we're going to put here. Instead of doing x, because we always do x, why don't we do something crazy? Let's do b, okay? So the question is find b. I'm going to do it the old way, and then I'm going to come back and do it the shortcut way. So I want to show you that the way you know how to do it right now will still work. However, there is a shorter way to do it. Okay, so the question is, these two are parallel. Go ahead and find what B is. It's still the same thing. You set it up side to side, triangle to triangle. I'm going to go ahead and make my two triangles. So one's big, one's small. All right, I'm going to start with the big one. Okay, the big one goes from U to X. U to X. So it's this 18 plus this part. So it's 18 plus what's left, which is 18 plus B is going to give me UX. And then from X to V, part 1 plus part 2. So 20 plus 40 is going to give me 60. So that's the big triangle. All right, then the small triangle, okay, looks like this. And you can clearly see that it's B and 20. Okay, so just like before, separate the triangles and then go ahead and set up your proportions. All right, so I'll do figure to figure, small and big. So 18 plus B, I guess my 8 and my B look the same. 18 plus B equals, okay, small to big, 60 over small to big, B over 20. Now this looks very, very, very complicated, but it's really just some algebra. But however, remember, I'm going to show you the shortcut to do this. Go ahead and cross multiply. So you're going to take 20 times all of this. So 20 times 18 plus B equals B times 60. 60B. All right, go ahead and solve the equation. So say hi to everyone in the house for me. 20 times 18 is 360. Plus 20 times B is 20B. I've said hi to everyone, don't be rude. Equals 60B. What do I want to go ahead and do? Go ahead and subtract 20B from both sides. I'm going to get 360. 360 equals 40B. Divide by 40. B equals 360 divided by 49. Alright, so B is equal to 9. So you could still do it the old-fashioned way, the way we've been doing it, or you could memorize this shortcut. But this shortcut, again, I say, it only works on triangles that have the parallel lines. If they're not parallel, it will not work. So please, please, please be careful. Make sure they're arrows or that it tells you that they're parallel. Okay, so this is how you do P10. It's called the triangle proportionality theorem. Okay, it's just like before. So you're going to set it up side to side, figure to figure, however you want to do it. Okay, so I'm going to set it up just because it's easier to do side to side on these. Big triangle, or this side, which is part of the bigger triangle, 18 to B, is the same as the bigger one, 40 to 20. Now, if we did this right, remember, we're going to get the answer as the old-fashioned one of 9. So cross multiply. So you're going to take 18 times 20 is 360 equals 40 times B, which is 40B. Divide both sides by 40. B is equal to 360 divided by 49. Okay, so B is equal to 9. Perfect. This shortcut only works if the sides are parallel. I cannot stress that enough, because sometimes what they'll do is it'll look like the parallel, but if it doesn't tell you, it's not parallel. Remember, this is geometry. It's all about trying to trick you, okay? If it looks parallel, but they don't tell you, it is not parallel. All right, so this only works, this shortcut only works if it's parallel. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at number 2. The question is find UV. So find UV, and I'm going to use something else than B because my B looks like an 8. Let's go with D, small d or something. All right, so it tells you that they're parallel. So the shortcut will work here. All right, so if they're parallel, go ahead and compare that to that. All right, so big to small. Or really, you can even do small to big. Let's do small to big. Small to big. All right, so D equals 36. All right, so if I started small to big, I have to start small to big. So 19 over 38. All right, go ahead and cross multiply. 19 times 36 is 684. 38 times D is 38D equals 684. Divide by 38. D is equal to 18. Again, I could still do it the way that I've taught you. However, you're going to get a whole bunch of variables. So it's better for you to remember if the lines are parallel, you can go ahead and set it up that way. Okay, only if it's parallel. Let's take a look at another example. Number 3. It looks complicated, however, it is not. All right, the question is, tells you find VW, and again, you see parallel lines. So if it's parallel, I can use my shortcut, right? All right, so find VW, VW. So right here, find VW. Shall we say D again? I like D. All right, let's go ahead and say D. So that's what we're looking for. Remember, you can compare this to this and then this to this, right? Which means I need to know what this angle is. Or really, even this one might be better to do it the old-fashioned way, but I'm just going to do it with the little shortcut that we just learned. All right, so I know from here to here is 42. And I know this whole part from Y to W, I'm sorry, W to Y is 63. So what's this little part missing? How would I get this little part right here? I would do the whole part minus this part. That's going to give me this little part. So 63 minus 42. 63 minus 42. 21. Again, the whole thing, this whole thing is 63. And then this part is 42. So this little part has to be 21 because it has to add up to the whole thing of 63. So 21 plus 42 is 63. So that's right. Then once that's done, go ahead and set it up. So we'll do small to big again. Small. Oh, that's actually the, yeah, small. 42 to 21 equals, and if I start it up here, I have to start up there again, D to 9. Go ahead and cross multiply. You're going to get 42 times 9 equals 378 equals 21D. Divide by 21. D is equal to 18. All right. Finally, number 4. Okay, same one again. They give you the whole part. They're asking you to find PQ. So this part right here, I'm going to put D. I like B. All right, then find PQ, which is this part right here. But I need to know what this one is so I can compare this to this, this to this. Again, if the whole part is 48 and they give you part of it, how would I get from part of it to the whole thing? I would need to subtract 32 from 48. So 48 minus 32 equals 16. And I'm just going to check. This plus this has to equal the whole thing. So 16 plus 32 gives me the whole thing. Okay. So once it's set up, go ahead and again compare. I'm going to compare D to what? 22. So D to 22. Again, if I started with this, I have to start with the same one on the same triangle. So 16 to 32. I meant to say 22 if I said 32 earlier. All right, cross multiply. We're going to get 32D equals 22 times 16 equals 352. Divide by 32. D is equal to 11. Okay, and that's it. That's all there is to it. So if they give you this kind of question where they want you to find like part of the side, If they tell you the lines are parallel, which you can see here by the arrows or by these parallel lines, you can use a shortcut. If not, you can go ahead and use the long way. However, it's pretty much worth it to learn the shortcut.